Welcome to the Sports Machine with Brian and Dean. December 21st, Monday. Great weekend in sports. Got a great show coming up for you today. NFL recap, AFC, NFC playoff picture after the big weekend. Odell Beckham doing some questionable things on the field. Get into what the league response should be. The NBA weekend recap. Kyrie back. Andre Drummond dropping 33 points, 21 rebounds. And is Klay Thompson the best shooting guard in the NBA? And of course, somebody's going to get rid of it, though. Somebody's got to get it. Too many questionable acts out there. Need to be questioned. First, I think we need to jump into college football since the bowls have begun.
Bowl season is here. Pretty awesome weekend, actually. Got to catch some of those games before we caught the Cowboys game. Saw some good games. Saw some games that was blowouts, like, Jackson State versus Sam Houston State, which was just, a complete just...
Sam Houston State didn't work.
No, they got drugged. They got drugged in the worst way. Once again, it was bowl season. The kickoff of bowl season is always exciting because these guys are really they're playing for something. It's their last game of the season.
Seniors' last game of their career.
Exactly. So they're going out. They're going all out, and that's good to see.
Exciting for some.
Right.
I would not say exciting for all because I can't say I was looking forward to the Raycom Media Camilla Bowl. No offense to Ohio or Appalachian State.
Nope.
It's not their fault. Or the Auto Nation Cure Bowl in which 2 6 and 7 teams played each other.
And the crazy thing about that Ohio Appalachian State game, Ohio was actually putting in work. It's putting in work.
I guess we'll just go ahead and start with that game. We decided to talk about it.
They were putting in work.
So the fourth quarter.
Right. But at the same time, you kind of had to watch the game to kind of get a feel for what was going on, because at halftime, everybody's looking around like, what's going on with Appalachian State? I mean, they was getting pushed around. Ohio went out there to push around Appalachian State. And Appalachian State, like you said, in the fourth quarter, just the levees broke. They looked like the team that everybody kind of expected them to look like.
I mean, you look at the fact that Ohio couldn't score touchdowns. A lot of field goals.
Right.
Towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had, I think everyone expected Appalachian State to win from name standpoint.
Right. But then, what I know, I think Appalachian State wasn't expecting Ohio to come out there and do what they did in the first half. They said they got hit in the mouth. Their defense got hit in the mouth pretty bad. I know for a fact one guy, I didn't get his name, but he was a cornerback, number 4. Number 4 got ran over so bad.
So you didn't have to call him out.
Yeah, I had to.
Why didn't you call it the number of the guy that ran him over? You didn't have to call it the dude that got ran over.
Say, because not everybody remember. Everybody remember a guy who got run over. Nobody remember who ran him over. It was all about who got ran over and why. The low man won. And he would say cornerback number 4 for Appalachian State. He wasn't the low man.
I hope you meet number 4 one day.
I hope I do too.
In the streets.
I'll tell him. I'll let him know. Hey, you was number 4. You got blowed up. Like, I gotta make sure I put the up in. Like, you just got dominated. He owned you now.
I wouldn't recommend saying that. You're gonna start a confrontation right there.
You got owned. He got owned. He got bought and owned.
That's pretty disrespectful. Call him out like that.
Yeah, he should work on his form tackling. Heads up.
Hopefully he doesn't get concussion from it.
True story.
Next bowl game, I'm going to go R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl.
Hey, the New Orleans Bowl. Check it out.
Arkansas State got taken care of by Louisiana Tech, 47-28.
La Tech. I just got that jersey out the storage today.
Terry Bradshaw?
Yeah, my Terry Bradshaw joint. The one that cost me like back in the day, like back in high school, it was like $300 something.
Question is, whether Bradshaw gets money for that or not.
Hey, good one. True story, because technically that's still NCAA apparel. Wow.
I picked Arkansas State based solely on the fact that they had that play in their playbook in which someone just faints on the field.
Right.
Fortunately, didn't get to see that one.
No, you didn't, fam.
It's all right. They fainted it another way by getting dominated. First half actually was close, though, tied at halftime. So they hang around for a while. Just couldn't handle La Tech's offense. The next up, Gildan, New Mexico Bowl. Arizona took on New Mexico 45-37. Boy, Rich Rod came through.
Mm-hmm. You know what I noticed about a lot of scores from these games? Is how a lot of teams can put together a new offense in just a couple of weeks when they're not having to play, and guys are kind of rested up. So it's like what you was expecting to get, you can pretty much throw it out the window because the team has had a couple of weeks to probably prepare for you. Like if we just go all the way through just any of the games that's done happened so far, all of them has been above 21 points. Winners and losers, except for one game.
And that's
a loser.
That's the game we're going to come up to next. Auto Nation Cure Bowl.
Yeah.
The 6 and 7s.
Yes.
San Jose State beat Georgia State 27-16.
Right. And out of all those games, that was the only team not to score. Georgia State was the only team not to score above 20 points.
Come on, Georgia State.
Everybody else had above 25 points. So I guess Georgia State offense wasn't. They didn't get the memo that you can put in a new offense.
That's messed up. Don't bash the 6 and 7 team.
The fact that two 6 and 7 teams has a chance to play for a bowl game. That's the proverbial ribbon that we talk about. Thanks for participating.
We appreciate your effort.
That's exactly what it is. Like, if I'm part of that team, I'm sick, man. I'm sick, man.
Anybody out there that uses that as a compliment to somebody, oh, thanks for the effort. Just know your backhanded compliment. Don't sit there and tell me you actually mean it when you say appreciate the effort.
Hey.
That is a lie.
Because I'm thinking,
you wouldn't say effort if they did a good job.
My deal is think about it. You know how I felt, and I know how you felt after the Water Games deal, right?
Yeah.
We both know. Like, it was devastating. So it's like, for the team that won, San Jose State, how do you congratulate them? Hey, congratulations on the great season.
Well, they went 6 and 7. You can't even say that.
Exactly. So it's like, how do you compliment that? Like, I'm not sure how it's like, I just give them a high five. Hey, good game. Just good game.
Exactly. That's all you can say. The realest thing I ever seen someone say, can't remember where I heard it, but he said, there's nothing a winner can tell a loser.
True story.
It's true. There's nothing a winner can tell a loser. The loser lost the game. There's nothing you can tell that person that's going to make them feel better.
Right. And the whole deal is both of them was 6 and both of them was below 500.
Well, I mean, San Jose State is now 7 and 7 if you count the bowl game.
Yeah, well, the bowl game is the reason why both of them is even playing. Like, that's the whole point. I'm like, wow, like, if I'm a head coach for one of those teams, I'm like, we don't deserve to be off in this. Like, I'm going to shut it down. Like, seriously, like, they could fire me, but it's like, I'm going to look at the players and say, look.
If you went to San Jose State, you did not go there for football. Even if you're playing football. You went there because you know you got somewhere else to go career.
Man, look.
So you get an opportunity to go play in a bowl game in your football career in a bowl game. You let the kid do it.
Ask you a question. Would you be upset if your head coach, if you was at San Jose State, Georgia State, in this situation, right? And your coach said, hey, man, we're not finna go play in some bowl game when when we're not even a 500 team. Are you upset?
Yeah.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, God, that's actually kind of new to me. Like, I actually was expecting
I'm down the ball. I'm down the ball against anybody. They could have told me, hey, we're going to go against Alabama. We're about to get drunk. Let's do it, coach. We got this. I'm going against Alabama.
Yeah, in a regular season,
I'll do
season
the bowl
game,
game too, I
not
don't
that
care.
man, not no ball game. Because if you
I'll
play,
go out there to win.
if you go
I
out
don't
here
care how bad it's been
in
in the
the
past. I'm going out there to win.
Auto Nation Cure Bowl, if you go out in the Auto Nation Cure Bowl and say the fact that we playing Alabama in the Auto Nation Cure Bowl is not a good thing. The fact that Alabama could potentially be playing it is not a good thing.
Well,
I'm just hypothetical.
I'm still a hypothetical out there as well. Obviously, San Jose State is probably not going to meet up with Alabama in a bowl game.
I high five my coach. I look at him like, Coach, good job, man. We don't want no participation ribbon. This that white
game.
ribbon they used to give people for losing that field day at school. I don't want that. I can't take that home.
It's not about being.
I wonder do they get
no-
rings? Do they get rings?
Well, let me talk.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. My bad.
It's not about the award. It's another game.
It's a bowl game.
So that's irrelevant. You can ask my brother. No matter how many times I got drugged, I was always down to play again.
I understand that. That's just
No matter
one-
how many times I lose, I'm still down to play again.
I'm saying bowl games is supposed to be like a
Coach, you
reward.
gonna tell me that we don't get to play? Like, even though we offered another game, we're not gonna play again.
That's right. Like no, like we don't like because in my eyes, I look at the bowl games as, look, you didn't make the college football playoff, but this is still a reward game for you guys.
Not a reward game.
Yes,
This is a money making game. They ain't got nothing to do with rewards. They ain't rewarding those schools. They here to make money off of these Raycom Media, RL Carriers, Gildon, Royal Purple, Auto Nation,
Hey, don't hate on Royal Purple. That's a good oil.
Famous, Idaho, Marymount. I can go here and list all these sponsors that the NCAA making money off of. All the schools that making money. This has nothing to do with rewards.
It's a reward that a 6 and 7 team still playing in a bowl game where they still going to
not
get
a
something.
reward.
They're going to give them Auto Nation probably gift cards.
We wasted so much time talking about this. Utah also beat BYU in the Royal Purple Las Vegas Bowl this weekend. We really don't get to talk about it.
I'm
Sorry,
just saying.
we wasted your time.
If I'm 6 and 7, my team ain't playing. Fire me. Just fire. Yeah, just fire me. I'm straight. If they tell me they playing or you go, I'm
But
going.
you
I'm
don't know
fired.
about the San Jose State or Georgia State history. Well, Georgia State I kind of, but San Jose State I really don't know the history of that school.
Next show, I'm
So,
Google. I'm gonna do some history.
for all
reporting
we
on
know, they
both
could have
of them.
been only 2-win teams. 6 and 7 could be like a step up for them.
Okay.
I mean, it's sad, but
That-
it's possible.
There we go. That's what we do with this era. We just
It's not.
we give everybody a trophy, even though the kid had 19
It's not a trophy.
errors.
It's a game.
It's a trophy.
It's only a trophy if you win.
6 and 7, your season is done.
7 and 7 now for San Jose State.
Like,
Still not good. I still wouldn't feel good about it even after I won, but at the same time, yeah, I'm down to play again. Moving on. Up next, NFL recap. Sports Machine with Brian Dean. Usually I would do a sports ticker. Usually. But we just ran off about 3 minutes of time, so I'm just going to skip it today.
the fact, yeah, okay.
We did.
Just send us your thoughts on 2 6 and 7 teams
It's not-
getting a chance to play in a bowl
It's not
game.
their fault there's so many bowl games.
Yeah.
That's how many sponsors are willing to pay for a game.
The fact they wanted 2 6 and 17.
It's not that they wanted 2 6 and 7 teams. It's the fact that they wanted a game, and the two best teams available were San Jose State and Georgia State.
Then I cancel my bowl game. Hey, holler at me next year. I
You
cancel.
can't cancel. You just paid all that money. You won a game.
I prepaid for something better early next year. It's a prepay.
No, I don't think that's how it works.
It's gonna work.
I think it's like a 10-year contract or something like that. It's like signing up for T-Mobile or something.
Goodness.
They know this is a prepay for the next one.
Maybe they should have went to Verizon or something.
At least you know you got coverage now.
Oh man.
They expensive, but they got that coverage.
True story.
Moving to the NFL. Try not to get an argument over something. You went to the Jets Cowboys game,
Right.
so we'll start there since it was on Saturday.
Jets Cowboys. Well, Cowboys done what the Cowboys have done all season long. Hang around, they hang around, and hang around, and they hang around. And just when you think they're gonna pull it out, they snatch the rug out from underneath you and make you bust your back of your head or your front face or knock your teeth out. Exactly what they did. How they got beat deep. How Byron Jones got beat deep.
It's Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Anyway, I'm glad they lost. As a Cowboys fan, I feel like, as a longtime Cowboys fan, I feel like I have a right to say I want them to lose because they wasn't gaining nothing out of that.
I have a question.
Yes.
How do you average 6.3 yards per carry as a team? And Darren McFadden also averaged 6.3 yards a carry.
Mm-hmm.
And only run the ball 21 times to throw the ball 33.
Yep. Because what happens with the Cowboys is, well, with the Cowboys offense, I'm sorry.
Also, like to mention that the quarterbacks that were throwing threw 4 interceptions.
Yes. The main part of that game is the Cowboys will do so many things good on one drive, and then all of a sudden it's just, we're just going to stop doing it. I mean, even though these plays and the way we called them and how we called them help us get down the field, no, we're just not going to call. When we do call it, it's just going to be out of some strange, out the blue way of doing things. It's like the jet sweep worked once. When they tried it again, it wasn't even the same. It wasn't even the same way. It was like a toss sweep reverse. Then they tried a jet sweep and it was just like, no, like wasn't handled. But once again, Cowboys with that loss officially knocked themselves out of playoff contention. So as Cowboys Nation, we can stop this whole, for those of them who still want them to go out and win all the games and say, well, we still have a chance. Now we can cut that nonsense out. So thank you, Cowboys. No, thank you, Jets, for just
playing below average and still getting a win. I think the Jets played below average and still got a win.
Right, they did. And the thing is, the defense came to play. What I tell you before the show, defense came to play. If don't nobody else got hard, defense got hard. The punter even got hard. He was punting his butt off. Put him inside the 5-yard line a couple of times, more, at least 3 or 4 times. They had to try to drive the length of the field to get any type of a score. So he played with some heart. Special teams played with some heart. Offense, I mean, well, that's Jason Garrett and Linehan's specialty. And, well, yeah. Yo, Google search, Google Chrome, Google search Jason Garrett clapping and watch all the pictures that shows up. I'm just so serious, dude. Just go, let's just look. Just can't nobody clap better than Jason Garrett. On to the next, man. I'm just,
one last reference. Jason Garrett's nickname is Round of Applause.
Red round of applause. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Old Red over there. Look at him with a round of applause. What you clapping for? Y'all just had 4th down. Y'all couldn't convert on 4th and inches. He's still clapping.
The Vikings look good. Looks like they haven't clinched for the playoffs, but pretty much.
Yeah.
38-17 over the Bears. 9-5 for the Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just went out there and did what they were supposed to do. Teddy Bridgewater, 17 for 20 with 4 touchdowns.
Right.
Very efficient.
Right.
Adrian Peterson still...
He went out the game.
Still kind of struggling.
Yeah. But once again, when they win, you don't hear anything negative.
It's
the
coach's fault, though, that he's struggling.
And the thing is, he also went out the game with a sprained ankle that looked pretty bad at the time. But, I mean, Adrian Peterson's one tough dude. Like, he's country bred, country strong. So he comes back from some pretty gruesome injuries. That much we do know.
The Falcons kept their hopes alive, barely, at 7-7, beating the Jaguars 23-17.
Right.
Good luck for them on trying to get that spot.
Truly.
I don't see it happening.
Because it's not like they can come back and just, take the division away from.
They just have to win their next 2 games and then hope.
Right. Just need
somebody lose 2 games.
Crap ton of help. Exactly.
Texans beat the Colts. Take
With
the division lead.
Weeden.
That's your boy, Brandon Weeden.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I tweeted this out there and Richard had comment, he's like, man, I'm so nervous with this dude in the game. I said, man, my tweet was basically, don't let Brandon Weeden fool you, because he'll give you hope only to snatch it away from you in the next minute.
Does he get a win if he starts?
Well, as of right now, it looked like he may
Yeah.
be able to start in the playoffs. Like Brandon Wheaton is going to start for the Houston Texans in the playoffs. You want to talk about like
It's not guaranteed yet.
it's not, but
Still a little bit.
if you look at
It looked that way. Wouldn't it be amazing if he won a playoff game?
now that would be trippy because their defense is still that good. Like their defense is still that good, and they can run the ball pretty well. And hey,
Because they got him for nothing.
I'll tell you this right here, real quick. I'm gonna make this real quick.
Hope so.
Brandon Wheaton goes out and win a playoff game. If they get into the playoffs, they'll be hosting a playoff game, right? If Brandon Wheaton gets them a playoff win, this is an even bigger indictment on Jason Garrett, Scott Linehan, and that'll be the reason why they got to go. I think that'll be the reason why Jerry that would be the proverbial, like, this dude was on our team, and we couldn't get this guy to get us a win, and he goes and get wins and a playoff victory with another team. Yeah. On out that door.
Only thing I want to hear clapping is your feet out the door.
Yeah, exactly. Pat your feet on the concrete.
Panthers beat the Giants 38-35. Giants trying to pull a comeback win. We will get into the Odell Beckham later. So just purely on the game, Cam Newton went out there and dominated the first 3 quarters, and the defense almost gave it up in the fourth quarter.
Right. And like you said before, just talking mostly about the game. Carolina was pretty much dominating this team, and they just took their foot off the gas. I mean, let's be for real. At the end of the third quarter, I mean, this team was up 35-14. One point in time, it was 35-7. And they got complacent. Defense got a little complacent. A lot of other things happened in the game that kind of got everybody a bit distracted a bit that we'll touch on later. And it actually wound up giving the Giants life. And they came back. Like, they came all the way back, tied the game, but wound up, I think now we can say with any quarterback, if you have a top 5, top 10 quarterback, if you give them too much time on the clock, they more than likely could come back and beat you.
True.
And that's exactly what happened with Cam Newton. They left him with a little bit too much time, and Cam Newton has done what Cam Newton has been doing all season long, just winning.
Making up some time. Then skip. Patriots did beat the Titans. Chiefs beat the Ravens.
Right.
Seahawks did beat the Browns. Kind of all those is really easy to guess.
Uh-huh.
Redskins beat the Bills 35-25. Thought that was an interesting game. Kirk Cousins, do you like that? Dropping 4 touchdowns.
22 for 28 for 319 at that. Deshaun Jackson comes out of nowhere, 6 receptions, 153 yards and a touchdown. I mean, what more else can you ask for from that team? They looking like they may be representing the NFC East in the first round of playoffs.
Packers beat the Raiders 30-20.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of the Raiders actually played pretty well.
Right.
Just are not there yet.
Exactly. It's no different what you expect from a young team like that. I mean, Jekyll and Hyde, they're up 1 minute and they're down, and once again, they still have a lot to look forward to next season.
Chargers beat the Dolphins. Bengals beat the 49ers with a backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Cardinals mopped the Eagles 40-17.
Crazy thing about that is if the Eagles win the next 2 games, they'll represent the NFC East.
And the Steelers beat the Broncos, which is probably one of the bigger ones.
It's a huge one because I think the Jets they were scoreboard watching this game because they needed Denver to win this game, and for a minute there, Denver looked like they was going to win this game.
I think
easily.
The Bills needed it more than because the Jets won, but the Bills lost.
Right.
So the Bills pretty much
They're done. But when I say that they had really needed them to win, is because like as of Saturday, like the Jets held that last wild card spot. With the Steelers win, it knocked them out of the last wild card spot, and the team that everybody should be fearing the most is now in the last wild card spot. So it was
I meant the Jets. I said Bills.
So it's like, yeah, they are like. I don't think anybody should want to see the Steelers in the playoffs right now. So the Jets at 9-5 and the Steelers 9-5 are both battling for the last playoff spot because I think the Chiefs may wind up. They're going to keep their last spot, and if the Broncos is not careful, they may wind up having a wild card spot, and the Chiefs may be hosting.
This is bringing up our next conversation since we're talking about the playoffs. That is our next topic. We have the clinched teams in which New England and Cincinnati and AFC are. Denver pretty much is. Houston, basically AFC South, is pretty much. The Jaguars, I think, are technically still in it.
Yeah, but they would need some help.
But yeah, they would need. I don't even know if it's possible. I'm trying to think of a plausibility.
It's difficult. It's very difficult.
Well,
if
if they win the next two games, one is against the Texans, so you just need the Texans to lose.
Which right now, unless
their other game, in which is the Titans. I mean, the Texans haven't necessarily been consistent, so it's hard to gauge.
Right.
And then you look at the Colts, the other team that they would need to pass.
Right.
They have the Dolphins and the Titans left.
Right. One of the Dolphins and the Titans, wow. Especially after seeing how the Dolphins got just handled today, is it safe to say you can kind of chalk that up as an easy win? Yes, no?
No. I mean, you still have Matt Hasselbeck in quarterback. I mean, I like Matt Hasselbeck.
Because, I mean, the Dolphins they got mop hand. Like, San Diego went out there and looked like old San Diego. I mean, gave their defense the business. Not to mention that's a new offensive coordinator coaching right now for whatever
I
reason.
mean, the Colts didn't look too hot against Houston.
They didn't.
I mean, it's not like even that defense couldn't screw up against.
Not to mention the backup quarterback had separated ribs. Every time he got hit, I mean, you could see it on his face. He was just like, oh. I mean, Matt Hasselbeck, can't nobody say this guy ain't tough. Anybody say this guy ain't tough, they don't know what tough is.
I mean, he has no reason to be in the NFL still. I don't think.
Unless he's... I was about to go to the baby mama drum like, hey, Matt Hasselbeck, you got them babies out there? You got them babies. He got them babies. You be playing till you 50 if they allow you. But I think him and his old lady still in good standings. That's just hypothetical. But, hey, you love the game. You love the game. You still want to play. Let him play.
AFC wildcard, Chiefs, Steelers, Jets.
Right.
3. As you said, the Jets dropped out due to the fact that Steelers have a tiebreaker over based on best win percentage in common games is the explanation I'm getting. It's an interesting tiebreaker. You look at the Steelers schedule. They have the Ravens and Browns.
Who?
Do the Jets have any chance that the Steelers will lose one?
It's crazy because both of them are division games, and we say this once, we'll say it 1,000 times on this show. Division matchups, you throw those out the window.
I don't know. Sometimes there's certain division matchups that I think don't matter.
But at the same, all you need is somebody not to have a good game, or Roethlisberger, somebody not to play the way they're supposed to play. Everybody knows you're one play away from potentially winning the game. I mean, they may wind up having a dogfight with Cleveland and not even expect to. Who knows? Johnny Manziel may go full-blown Johnny Manziel from A&M.
You know who played quarterback for the Ravens today?
Jimmy Clausen.
Yes.
The Clausen.
Yeah, the division matchup doesn't matter. Irrelevant. Jimmy Clausen comes in the game for you. That's almost a guaranteed loss.
But what about Cleveland? If we want to go ahead and say that that's just their win, that's a win right there.
I think the Browns, yeah, that's pretty much a win.
It's pretty much a win.
I mean, if you tell me the GM isn't over there kind of telling the coach, like, You don't have to win this game.
If that was the case, then they might as well just put Austin Davis back in there and just
Tank the season. Tank the season.
Excuse me, right? And if that's the case, then the Jets will have to. The Jets really have to hate that because the Pittsburgh Steelers own the tiebreaker. So it's like even if they both finish with the same records, the Steelers is in.
The Jets still play the Patriots and the Bills.
Yeah. But you kind of wonder what Patriots team they're going to play, due to the fact that they've already, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think the Patriots already clinched the first round bye.
Yes.
They did? So it's like...
Not home field yet, though.
It's not home field?
Hasn't clinched home field. Cincinnati could still pass them on home field.
Either way, they still hosting a playoff game. They ain't doing no trip. I think the Patriots feel like they can still beat anybody at home or on the road. So
I think they're going to play the starters against the Jets, personally.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Chiefs' schedule just for fun. It's the Browns and the Raiders.
The Raiders game is going to be difficult. Just because, once again, it's a young team. They want to spoil. I mean, let's not forget, what the Chiefs have won like 7 straight. I think 7 or 8 straight games so far. And that's why I said Denver needs to be very, very careful.
8 wins.
Right. 8. So it's like 9. Yeah.
Because they were 1-5.
Right.
Now they're 9-5.
So you have to be very careful if you Denver. Maybe then all of a sudden they starting to look back. And it's funny because this game, it's not like this game was on the...
Technically, Denver could be a wild card.
Right. And who would have thought that?
If they continue to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Real briefly looking at their schedule. The Bengals and the Chargers for the Broncos.
And the Bengals still playing well. Like, the Bengals still have something to play for, too. So it's like, if they lose that game against the Bengals, then...
Yeah, I think it's
right.
Chiefs time. Going to the NFC, got more clinched teams. Panthers, Cardinals, Packers, and Seahawks have all clinched a spot.
Mm-hmm.
Panthers have clinched, not home field yet, but they have clinched a bye. And the Cardinals have clinched a bye. They could still... Actually, I don't even think they clinched the bye yet. Nope.
Who?
The Cardinals.
The Cardinals? No, they didn't.
But I don't see them losing that spot, personally.
No. I don't either because I don't see them losing 2 straight games. But you have to wonder about after tonight's game. I think he has I think he either had a dislocated finger or a broken finger on his throwing hand. That was a Carson Palmer at the end of this game tonight with the Eagles.
He'll be all right. Yeah. He'll be all right.
Everybody in Cincinnati want to say the same thing about
not the same
about Andy Dalton, but
not the same thing.
Okay.
He dislocated. You put it back in.
Yeah.
Easy for me to say. He'll be all right. For the spots that are still open, you have the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, Atlanta could win 2 games, and the Vikings could lose 2 games.
Right.
But the Vikings would have to lose to the Giants and Packers, so that is possible.
Right.
I don't see the Giants is kind of
iffy right now because I think they way on the outside looking, and they need a miracle. But then again, in NFC East, I mean, like I said before, you sitting back with the Philadelphia Eagles having to win out, and if they win out, they win a division. With the Saturday night game coming up against the New York Giants, and then the next game, I think they have the excuse me, I think they play the I want to say the Redskins, but I could be wrong.
The Eagles play Redskins this upcoming week.
The Eagles play the Redskins this Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that game, if the Redskins win, they're in. And as you mentioned,
right.
If the Eagles win, then they could win against the Giants next week.
Right. And
then they'll be in.
Okay.
I see I'm hoping the Redskins make it
Right.
I don't like hearing about Philadelphia.
Right.
Kind of gotten tired of that.
I have to.
I have to hear about Chip Kelly every other week.
Exactly. And then it's like when they win, everything gets cool up there. Like the fire Chip Kelly ship kind of slows down a bit. When they lose, they speed it back up. Like, yes, just hurry up and get them out here. And let's not forget about the failed DeMarco Murray project.
Coming up, getting to Odell Beckham and his actions this Sunday on Sports Machine.
I am Dwayne Dean, and this is your Sports Machine News Update. President Barack Obama describes Xavier William Dobson, a high school football player who was killed as he shielded 3 girls from gunfire, as a hero in a message posted on the president's official Twitter account. Xavier Dobson died saving 3 friends from getting shot. He was a hero at 15. What's our excuse for not acting? Close quote. Investigators believe the shooting to be gang-related, but have not found a reason that Dobson would have been targeted. Dobson was a sophomore at Fulton High School. Rory McIlroy will take a busier schedule at the beginning of the 2016 season in an attempt to regain the world's #1 spot before the Masters in April. McIlroy trails Jordan Spieth and Jason Day and the world's ranking, but is targeting a return to the summit before next year's first major at Augusta. IndyCar Series drivers will have more horsepower on road courses next season. The series announced that a total of approximately 60 additional horsepower will be available for push-to-pass activations during the 11 road and street course races in 2016, nearly doubling that in 2015. Former #1 overall pick Matt Bush agreed on a minor league contract with the Texas Rangers after spending 3.5 years in prison for a drunken driving accident in Florida that seriously injured a man. Bush said Friday that he has been sober since the March 2012 accident after years of alcohol issues. That was your Sports Machine News Update. I am Dwayne Dean, Sports Machine.
Sports Machine with Brian Dean went over the college football bowl recap. Got a little heated in there. About some 6 and 7 teams.
All I'm saying, never mind. We got something else to talk about.
NFL recap, the AFC, NFC playoff picture. And now we have to talk about Odell Beckham.
Right.
Who got a little violent today with Norman, who was a really good cornerback for the people that don't know.
Right.
And Norman was frustrating Odell a little bit over there.
Looks like the Dark Knight brought the joke out of that young man. They was talking real crazy about how last week, Odell Beckham wore the Joker spikes cleats last week. This year was the Christmas green colors cleats. I made a tweet.
Is that against the NFL uniform, the strict uniform policy?
The shoes, right? Because I remember they was ready to do that to Marshawn Lynch in the Super Bowl when he was ready to wear the all gold ones.
Earl Bennett got fined like 3 straight weeks for wearing orange.
That's interesting. No,
and you can't wear pink.
Search that. All right, or purple,
or wear eye black.
With
to support people with problems.
Right.
When he can over here and support the Joker. Nah, that's what's up, NFL. You all right?
Right. Pick and choose who you wanna. But the NFL's golden boy. I made a tweet out there and I said it's fun watching Odell Beckham go full blown dark side. Mainly because he's been the golden boy. Every single catch this guy makes.
I don't know. There were rumors about this dude though. This year we've heard rumors about him being dirty.
Yeah.
People were kind of blowing it off, talking about, man, y'all need to shut up.
Right. Now
we got evidence.
It's like, whoa, this guy just completely had a meltdown. But it was like I said before I tweeted out there, it's fun watching him join the dark side of the force, Hashtag the force is real.
The dark side.
Yeah. Because all season long, the media, everybody, this guy couldn't do no wrong. I mean, a simple catch where he basically almost took a harpoon to the stomach. Like, Great throw by Eli Manning, and everybody calls it, oh, I don't know how this guy makes that catch. It's easy. He took it right to the gut. That's how he makes it.
No option but to catch it.
Exactly. He was like, catch it or die, because it was coming.
It was going to hit your stomach either way.
Right. So just right anyway. So it was
He
fun.
didn't go dark side though. This is not what I consider that. This is not. I'm talking trash. This isn't. I would consider Cam Newton kind of going dark side with his celebrating in front of people and kind of being up, not like showboating a little bit.
Okay.
AKA having fun.
Right.
Which the NFL now has made the dark side.
Right.
What Odell Beckham was doing was just straight dirty.
I
He went clean across the field for no reason to hit the dude in the head after the play was pretty much over.
We said this.
That's targeting.
Yeah.
I watched a Michigan Wolverine player get ejected for falling down on somebody.
I agree with you on that. You know,
At first, I was kind of like when he did the step over when he scored the touchdown. He
nice.
did the AI step over.
That was nice.
So I can't bash. That's the AI step over. Even
But
though
see,
if I'm Norman, I'm fighting him.
I guess the way you look at it, he wouldn't have been in the game to make that catch and do the step over had he been ejected.
Well, he should have been ejected.
Right. And so I guess that's just my main point is.
With a defensive player.
Yeah, he been thrown out. Especially let that been a headshot to the quarterback like that. Like from behind, yes, he's ejected. So I guess my point I'm trying to get across is I guess when you're becoming the face of the league, like he has, real quick, like he's blown up pretty quick over the past couple of seasons. Over last season and this season, he's become that guy. He's been on fire right now. Maybe they gave him too much leeway in this game because once again, I had the opportunity to watch this full game. Ray didn't turn it off because of everything that was going on in this game. So I was like, well, okay. They're going to continue to let this go on. Like, and the only thing that kind of really got me was at one point in time, it's like after Norman took that shot to the head, and he was pretty ticked off about it, rightfully so. They took him to the sideline, and then you had Cam, you had coaches and everybody else telling him to calm down. But I'm like, dude, y'all need to look up at the Titantron or whatever Tron they got there and take a look. Like, if you have a right to be mad right now, but I can understand them telling him, hey, just calm down and don't let that take.
This is how you fix this problem. How many NFL players is allowed to play on game day? It's like 50 something.
Yeah, like
so you take
53-man roster.
53. You take the 53rd guy that's not going to get to play. You put him out there and say you have one job and one job only.
So you bounty.
I'm straight bounty. I'm not paying him.
Right.
I mean, you want to stay on the team?
But you just basically called him an enforcer, like you are the hitman. Like yo.
They do it in basketball all the time. I ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
They do it in basketball all the time. That dude's been hitting Dwayne Wade all day.
Right. You say you got 5 fouls.
12th guy on the roster. I want you to go out there and elbow that dude square in the ribs.
5 fouls. He say 5 fouls. We gonna use them
every 6. I mean, if he's not gonna play anyway, he can use all of them. Foul out. I don't care.
But
I mean, I wouldn't encourage that.
He shot it. It's a little too late for that one. You just said bring in the enforcer, like just full blown.
Odell's trying to be assassin. Odell's trying to be an enforcer. Put him up against another one.
Odell was being the Joker to the Batman, or to the self-proclaimed Dark Knight.
So I'm tired of that self-proclaimed. You can't make up your own nickname. I'm tired of that.
That's the name he gave himself. So it's like, well,
I don't like
if OBJ was being the bad guy, if he was the Joker, hey, he's pulling everything. He's pulling out all the tricks. Norman is the good guy. He's the Dark Knight.
No, they won.
They did. True story. They did. I'm not. Let me make sure I make this clear. Like, I'm not in any way, shape, form, fashion saying what Odell Beckham Jr. what he was doing was right. especially not with that headshot, knowing what we know about concussions.
See, I wasn't mad until I saw the headshot. The headshot's when I'm like, all right, the enforcer going in. Like,
yeah, right.
I'm not gonna sit here and let my second best defensive player, because Luke Kuechly's out there,
right.
Josh Norman, just sit here and get hit in the head and getting beat on. And because the NFL loves Odell Beckham Jr., the referees just ain't gonna stop it, not gonna flag it. Just
right.
Oh yeah, keep going.
Right. And it took him forever to really start flagging the guy. Like after that play, it's like, okay, well, now we're going to flag him for doing it. It got to a point at time where Odell Beckham wasn't even running a route. Everything he was doing was going straight at, I'm talking on straight pass plays. He didn't even, this was not a run play. This was a straight pass play, and he just took himself out of the equation just to go at Josh Norman. So I think, in a way, Norman has actually shown that you getting this guy head, he takes himself out of the game.
Yeah.
In the worst way.
Josh Norman did a good job of not.
Right. And he's done a great job all season. And I guess my next question to you is, should he be suspended?
I think he should be fine. I don't think he should be suspended.
See, that's where I guess I disagree with you. I think it's suspended. Like, you got to drop the hammer right now. Because you can't, if this is going to be your golden boy, your poster boy, your golden child.
So you're saying you would fine everybody else, but because Odell Beckham Jr. is so popular, you would suspend him?
No, what I'm saying is the fact of the matter. You supposed to be enforcing head injuries. Like, you supposed to be big on the whole being careful of head injuries, not targeting this guy, not going at the head. This guy deliberately, he, like you said before, he went out his way. He wasn't even in the play no more.
I thought
across field and
I
took
thought the first
shot.
offense was a fine, though. That's what I thought. Because if the first offense is a fine, then it should be a fine. If the first offense is a suspension, it should be a suspension. That's how I feel. Because I feel like it should be treated just like defenders are treated when they hit people in the head.
But it's the severity of it. That's what I'm looking at. How severe it is. Like, you went out there.
That's the funniest part about that play. Josh Norman was still standing, and Odell Beckham Jr. was on the ground. That was kind of funny to me.
And what we say is because he rolled with it.
Yeah, he rolled with it.
Had he not rolled with it, had his neck been stiff, or had he saw it coming tensed up, I'm guaranteeing he would have went out with a. I won't say I guarantee, but I'm almost sure he would have went out with the concussion. I mean, I seen a guy get leg whipped in the head and was done for the game with under concussion protocol.
I mean, I saw the boy from the Cowboys got flagged for illegal play just because the dude tensed up.
Right. So I think they have to go ahead and set that tone right now going into next season too. Next few games, look, if you think this is okay, it's not. You'll lose the game. You'll lose some playing time. So
the question is whether Beckham Jr. really care.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
They out the playoffs anyway. They just don't know it yet.
Okay. Let's say, there's some scenarios out there. They might be able to play their way in.
True story. It's the NFC East, right, B?
Yeah. Know about the NFC East.
True
Moving
story.
on. Going to the NBA right here on the Sports Machine. Sports Machine with Brian Dean went over the bowl recap, NFL recap, AFC, NFC playoff picture, and Odell Beckham doing some nasty plays out there. Going to the NBA weekend. The main reason I want to bring up the NBA this weekend is because there's about three main topics. The first one we'll get into is the 4 overtime game between the Detroit Pistons and Chicago Bulls. Happened Friday night. 4 overtimes, like.
Yeah. How are you any good? If you're a team that has a back-to-back, how are you any good for their next game?
This, how I feel is, when you have them basketball games, and you're playing 21 with a crew of people.
Right.
And you're playing tips.
Oh,
and the game
man.
go all day.
I think you and Richard
out,
had a game like that.
And then you sit there at the end, and one person has, they need one more shot to win, and you sit there and you actually hoping he make it.
Right.
Like, man, please make this. Just make the shot, bro.
I'm gonna box him out.
So you're not gonna I'm not gonna let you make it, but in my head, I'm going to block it, but in my head, I'm like, please make it.
All right. I'm gonna box him out so he doesn't tip drill. Don't worry about it. I'm boxing out for the rebound.
I'm gonna tip it in.
Exactly.
There's still a chance I could win.
Oh man. So, there's one guy on the team I'm kind of tired of hearing from. Jimmy Butler. He's made some comments
I don't know.
few days ago.
Just
I
say
saw.
they need to coach harder.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Coach harder.
Like, come on, man. Just like it's been one too many times.
He's used to being coached by Thibodeau. Now he's got this other dude.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yo, let this coach his style. If you don't like it, request a trade, bro.
That would screw the Wolves up.
It probably would.
They probably
but-
wouldn't even send him out. They're like, you can request it all day. We keep it.
Exactly. I mean, we still got you under contract, so you can be unhappy disgruntled that all the time. But at the end of the day, you still hurting your own stock. Like you're still holding your own stock. But it's like, dude, shut up. Seriously, like just shut up.
Going back to the 4 overtime game, Marcus Morris played 57 minutes.
God.
Jimmy Butler played 56.
God.
That's almost an hour. So an hour of playing time, not sitting down.
And this is professional sport. Like this is professional basketball. Like think about how tired you are running up and down the court, and you may not be in the best
ran
shape.
2 games. You ran 2 games and you over there
Right.
breathing hard.
These guys out there, like I'm talking, and playing the best competition. Like either one of those guys on even the last man on their bench would go out there on the street court at the Y gym.
Oh, they would dominate.
And just like, and you looked at them like they was like world beats. Like, man, this dude who got game, not knowing that this guy right here is the last man on somebody's bench. Like,
People in the D League go out there and mob people.
right.
Just without even effort, just shooting.
Shooting, driving, the whole 9. Like,
they wouldn't even have to drive. They would just sit out there and shoot over people all day.
Because the NBA, I think that's what makes Steph Curry. Never mind, we going into it, but
So we'll get to the Warriors if you want. Just to mention before we leave this game, Andre Drummond, 33 points, 21 rebounds. I just thought that was a good stat line.
like, I guess like, and that's the funny thing about when you think about the NBA range 3-pointers, and you think about the like high school 3-point, like, you know what I'm saying, just a 3-point line, just a normal 3-point line from a street court. These guys are hitting NBA range 3-pointers probably from half court, making it look simple.
Like nothing.
It's like, dude, you just hit it from our half court. Oh, that's our NBA range 3-pointer. What? Why is it so far?
It's like stop.
Like, why is it so far, man?
There's a maximum of how far you can shoot from.
From 99 feet.
It's just a street I foul. Also, that same night, the Warriors played the Bucks. This team that beat them on their streak. And the Bucks actually were right. They were winning for a while.
Right.
I don't think Stephen Curry was going to let that happen.
Let me ask you a quick question. Did you get my Facebook where I tagged you in?
Which one?
The one where who was that? Azili got dunked on.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you ever put him on my head again, Pippen? What's wrong with you? That's the first thing I thought about.
Yeah.
I just started laughing.
He didn't really get dunked on, though. The dude swung around on him.
Yeah.
That's why.
But he still put him on his neck.
That's when that's
the worst thing.
you swing around on me. I would have came at him harder than what Azili did. Like it's okay if you dunk on me and I was playing defense, but Azili really Azili, he let him dunk, and then the dude decided he was gonna ride him. Yep.
Right on his neck. How they feel?
I look at the coach. You see the mirror, the enforcer. This dude is paying for this.
It's funny because what I found so funny about the video real quick was the way he ran after him. It was like, dude, you could have really called him. You could have called him if you really wanted to, but
I would have called him immediately.
Really didn't. He
I
really
would've called him
didn't.
out immediately.
He really didn't. Now Patrick Ewing and Pippen, Patrick Ewing was go, man. I'm sorry.
Cavaliers beat the Tanks 108-86. The important thing is the Kyrie Irving came back, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself.
Right.
When I believed some BS last week when they said that Kyrie Irving might come back on Thursday. If I would have known they was playing the Tanks later on in the week, I already would have known. There's no better game to start somebody off on a season debut.
Right.
He's coming back for the first time in the season. Put him up against the Tanks.
That's a good start.
No, you can't fail.
Right.
Even if he plays bad, you still gonna win the game.
And at the end of the day, the W is all that matter.
Irving only played about 17 minutes.
Unless you're Philadelphia and the L is all that matter.
Oh, you trying to get the L? I'm trying to take the L. It's kind of sad. They become the butt of every NBA joke I can think of. They are the worst team in NBA history. I'm willing to say that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wish you could see some of the names that I see when I look at the Tanks roster.
Right.
It's not good. Jakar Sampson, Hollis Thompson.
Hollis Thompson. His name sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, it's from college. His plus minus was minus 17.
Yeah.
It's good. Isaiah Cannon, who starts for them, is a minus 26.
Yeah.
Rashawn Holmes. I look at this roster, I don't really see NBA names.
Mm-hmm.
I just see what college they played at. That's sad. The Tanks.
Really
though. You really an NBA team?
Maybe they're, can't call them high school.
I still think, because I hate it when people compare teams and they say, oh, this college team could be the NBA team.
Yeah.
I never believed that.
You starting to second guess
No,
it?
I'm not. I still think the Tanks would probably be,
If
they tried.
Right.
If the NBA players tried. Because they're going to immediately, when they're going up against college teams, the first thing they're going to think is, we can't lose to these guys.
Right. It's already in their mind, like, we lose, we are officially a laughing stock for the rest of our lives.
Plus, the best college team right now isn't too hot. It's kind of going off and on. We've seen a lot of upsets already this college season.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan State, I think, is number one right now.
Ohio State gave it to Kentucky over the weekend.
Yeah.
My really though goes to, and it's a fun really though, make it real quick. It goes to Cam Newton. Yes, I said Cam Newton. Why? Do you ask? You ask me why. Cam Newton drops, according to TMZ Sports, Cam Newton drops 12 grand on those fancy little tails he be wearing after the post game. So I asked myself, 12 grand on that raggedy thing? Like,
What's wrong with that?
it looks like it stink.
It looks like
It look like if it get wet, it's done. If it get rain,
well, it's not supposed to get wet.
My point is, I'm not spending 12 grand on that crap when I know for a fact that I could go out there, find a raccoon, hunt it, cut it down myself for free.
What?
For free.
You think you could do all that?
Yes, I'm more than certain I could. I'm more than
I don't
certain.
think
All I
you
need
could.
is a scope. Give me a scope and this
I'm not even
goes
talking
down.
about that part. I think that'd be the easy part. Making it into what it becomes.
Well, no, I'm gonna take it to somebody else.
You
and let
got-
them do
oh,
the
you gonna
gut-
let them do that?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay, so you're still gonna pay something for it. You're just not
Yeah.
gonna pay.
I'm not paying 12 stacks. Like, good golly, no. Like, no. But once again, if you got that dough, go ahead, Cam. But
Well, he
12
got
grand
that.
on them old crazy looking tails,
He got that.
really though?
He got the 12 grand.
Most definitely got 12 grand for it, but they don't think I'm going to spend my 12 grand on it.
I wouldn't tell anybody.
That's the whole deal with. That's the whole deal with being any type of person like who live like whether you athlete, rapper, whatever. When you got that kind of dough, you can go blow money on that type of stuff, right? But it's like if a normal cat walk around with that tail right there, everybody's looking at him like he's
You stupid.
yeah, right. The floor is yours.
Mine goes to the Detroit Pistons. Nothing really hard against the Pistons. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
I just saw something interesting. It said Brandon Jennings is gonna make a season debut. I'm hyped though. I like Brandon Jennings. I like his game.
Right.
After his short stint in the D League, I was like, oh, Brandon Jennings went to the D League. So I went to look in. Brandon Jennings played one game in the D League. Really though, what was the point of that? What was the point of having him go to the D League for one game? Really though, Detroit Pistons. You didn't know?
Maybe
that-
they should have brought him back against the Tanks.
I would have. See when they play the Tanks next. They played the Tanks like 2 weeks ago. You could run back.
Straight
up, so
you should have been back 2 weeks ago. Already been in 2-week season form.
I know what it is. Jennings came back in the D League. He scored 11 points. Nothing too. I'm not sure. Like 24 minutes. Scored 11 points. Had 12 assists.
Wow. Dropping dimes.
The Pistons is not looking too good on assists right now. About 27th in the league in assists.
So they need him back dropping dimes.
Yes, that's what it is. Jackson not necessarily known for dropping them dimes. He's had a few games where he's dropped them, but
Not enough.
Not to the
Score
amount.
first, what they call it, score first guy, point guard.
Yeah, he's Kyrie Irving type.
Yeah.
Not gonna really push the ball around. Great show today. Coming up, you already know, later on in the week, we'll have some NFL power rankings. I'm sure we're gonna talk about that Temple Toledo bowl game, maybe. That's coming up this week.
Monday Night Football recap.
Monday Night Football.
Most importantly, Star Wars.
Yeah, we haven't talked about it yet. I kind of feel bad because like a lot of people wait until Christmas to see it. So I really don't want to talk about it. But
Right.
At the same time, it's like,
How many times did we change the stations when we went to go catch it that Thursday?
there's people would call in to the radio station talking about they just saw it. Yep, switch that.
Exactly.
I don't even want to know what you have to say.
No spoiler alert, please.
No, sir. Get into that. Also, you already know. Somebody's getting really though. Right here on the Sports Machine.
Peace out.